What's up, Mortgage Coach community? Dave Savage here, and we are closing the month of March. And the way the metaphor I have is like rates have dropped, the salmon are running, and we got to get after it. So, Jeremy, I talked to you this morning, and I really almost want to, one, duplicate that conversation, and then you also gave a video rant to your team. So I want to just say, hey, you're talking to the Mortgage Coach community of loan officers. Treat them like your team. And let's redo that conversation.
Awesome. So thanks, Dave. Yeah, so couple things, couple thoughts going on with me right now. So what's funny is what Dave just said is hilarious to me because if you don't know, Dave is one of my all-time favorites, but he's also one of my original mentors. I'm talking like, 14 years ago is when I first met Dave, and taught me all kinds of crazy stuff and has helped develop me over time and continues to do so, just like he does for all of us in the community, which is why it's my favorite community. But what he just said, the salmon are running. Dave, I don't know if you remember this. You told me this during the first little refi boom that I was in back in 2006. You said, hey, when the salmon are running, the bears never sleep. And
Ooh,
yeah. I totally remember that just like it was yesterday. So it's funny that you just use the same metaphor, analogy, whatever you want to call it. Not good with English, but that was fantastic. So yeah, basically you guys right now, huge opportunity right in the market, but we got to keep our minds straight. And I think that I see more negativity than I do positivity. Within my own branch, within the loan officers that I lead, and outside of that, even within the community, a lot of the talking is about struggles, which is okay. It's good to help. But I think that we have to change our mindset a little bit. That starts with gratitude. So being grateful for the hard things is more important than being grateful for the easy things, in my opinion. So here's a few things that's going through my head. Yes, the salmon are running right now. Does that mean you work to 11 o'clock every single night? No. Does that mean maybe you should work till 11 o'clock at night, 1 or 2 nights a week? Yes, absolutely. We have to take advantage of every opportunity that this market gives us, and we have to put in the work, and it absolutely will pay off. How am I doing that? I'm doing TCAs on a massive level. Did 17 of them yesterday in itself. Now, here's the funny thing. I haven't even marketed refis yet, you guys. Okay, I'll tell you a big mistake that I see right now is that rates go down and everyone that doesn't do any loans, and this is no disrespect to anyone watching this, but people that do less than 2 or 3 loans a month, everyone's posting. You go on Facebook and it's just like diarrhea feed of rates are low, refinance now, do this. As a top producer, I will tell you I hate all of you because I have a huge pipeline regardless if rates are down or not. So don't mess it up for yourself. If you lead with just that, I'm just telling you, if you lead with just that, you're going to get people that are going to call you, and then they're going to call the second person, and that's who they're going to go with. Be careful in your messaging right now. I'd rather be second to the table. In a refinance boom, I usually wait a week or two, see where things settle, and then you start going sniper style, okay? So that's just a tip. I want you guys to be grateful for things that are challenging, okay? So be grateful for your haters. There are always going to be people that hate on you. There are so many people that hate on me, and it's okay because that means that people are paying attention to you and you're doing the right things. Okay, so let your light shine even brighter in the market right now. Be the massive educator in your database. Create an amazing community and want to serve first, and you're going to have incredible results right now. Number 2 is that competition, be grateful for it. Be grateful for price compression. Be grateful for online trying to take your business. Be grateful for someone trying to undercut you by 30 basis points or 100 basis points or whatever. Be grateful for all of that because competition will make you better. Rather than fight competition and make excuses all the time, I'm always trying to learn what my enemy is doing. Not to get Jocko on you guys, but it's a little bit of Jocko. Right? Dave sent me this incredible podcast the other day because he's a mentor of mine and coach of mine, of Jocko. And my favorite quote in the podcast, and I said it every single day, I posted it, is that true defeats in life outside of death is all psychological. It's all the way that we think about everything. I love competition, you guys. Competition is going to make you better. Find out what the enemy is doing. Find out what the competition is doing and be better at it than they are. This is a great time to be the overeducator, to be the go-to person, to be the person that can navigate the market for people, to talk about cost versus price, using Mortgage Coach to really illustrate why it makes sense right now to not refinance and pay a bunch of points, because you might do it again. Another Dave Savage quote that he taught me over a decade ago. He said, if you can take a profit now, that doesn't mean that you can't take a profit again in the future. I think your grandfather said that to you or something like that.
Well, it's actually, you can never lose money taking a profit.
There you go. You can, so you can never lose money taking a profit. So that's an easy script that I use, right? And I changed a little bit just because I forgot. But I use the script about taking a profit now, and you can always take a profit again in the future. When you're talking about a higher interest rate refi, you guys, exactly. A no-cost refinance loan, right? So I had a guy yesterday, great example, hit me up. He was already locked in, ready to close next week. Hey, I see rates went down. My bank just called me and said they can get me 4.1, right? Cool, we're at 4.5. I look at the float down policy. Cool, it looks like I can get 4.2 and pay his closing cost, right? So I have the conversation, hey, 4.25%, I think this makes more sense to do because you're gonna have a chance to take a profit again in the future anyway, whether at 6 months, 18 months, etc. Let's save that $3,000 in closing costs right now, and let's set you up to save money now and take another profit in the future. So use this community, you guys. I'm encouraging you. Use this community to soak up what everyone is doing right. Don't send an email to 1,000 people in your database. Sorry if anyone's giving you that advice. Sniper, make a list of 20 people that you could refi. Contact those 20 people over the next 5 days. When you're done contacting them, go to the next 20, go to the next 20. See your conversion rate go on these refinance opportunities from 10% if you go super wide all at once to 50% plus if you focus on targeted people and taking care of them. So that's where my head's at right now. Second note, going to have a huge month next month. Maybe, maybe not. Things roll sometimes when you get into an environment like this, but it's looking like a 40-unit month, and I am beyond stoked.
So I want to put a few footnotes. So folks, you are listening to a $100 million a year producer for past 5 years. He did 17 total cost analysis yesterday. He's making sniper shots. He's making calls. He's working hard, and he's delivering an amazing advice-based experience. So take note on that. Also, I want to give some tactical advice. It's never been more important that you, yes, optimize the refi opportunity, but do it in a way that's optimizing the spring home buying opportunity. So my advice is when you do videos and when you do have conversations, you're making your competition look bad. You're like saying, hey, I'm going to show you the monthly savings. And every loan officer could do that, but I'm going to show you the savings over 5 years. So you can really make an informed decision. You always want to go monthly, 5 years, because that professionally slams your competition that only sells monthly payments. And then I also want to remind everybody, whether it's a refi or purchase, you always want to show people that, hey, if you took that savings and you prepaid your mortgage, look at how much more money you'd save. Because what you're doing when you make those two moves, it's extreme transparency. It's education beyond other loan officers. So you're earning trust, you're earning respect, and you're making your competition, the rate quoters out there, look incompetent. So even if you get an online lender that's got, a half a point lower rate, put it in the TCA. Show them the cost difference and show them that, hey, over 5 years, that's $3,000. Let's say you're $3,000 more expensive. Now, if you're Jeremy Forcier, you could show them that you're $3,000 more expensive and just say, am I worth it? And they're going to say, absolutely. So that 5-year move, that prepayment move, that's going to serve you in the refi opportunity, and that's also going to serve you as an advisor with spring home buying. Jeremy, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, that's it, man. I'm super grateful for you, everything you do for me. I'm so grateful for this community. It's the only one that I'm a part of online and in Facebook. I get added to stuff all the time, and it's a nightmare. No disrespect to the other groups, but I'm so grateful to be part of this community. You guys are all awesome. I learn from all of your guys' posts all the time. So let's giddy up and get after it. We can make this year a banner year.
Yeah, no doubt. And I do want folks out there, while I do think sniper shots are your number one priority, I do think spring home buying season needs to maintain, but there does get to be a point where a good Facebook post saying, educating all your Facebook friends, an email makes sense. At least Jeremy is saying it shouldn't be your number one priority. Sniper shots.
Let me talk about that a little bit more real quick, and then I got to bail. But I want to give you guys more clarity on that because I get so extreme in what I say sometimes, which is my personality. But what I mean by that is that rates go down, everyone has diarrhea, I said, and they all do the same post on the same day for 4 days in a row or whatever. It's like rates are low, rates are low. Don't be that person, okay? Give it just a little bit of either A, time, okay, so that you can really maximize the opportunity, or B, when you are going to educate and you are going to do a video, don't just post that rates are really low. Like, right. Give some context. The best video that I saw so far about it was Dan Keller.
Yeah, Dan Keller.
Like have really valuable content and do the challenger sell, okay? So challenger sell, once again, Dave Savage recommended this book to me a few years ago. In my videos, if you guys watch any of them, sometimes you'll notice that I do a challenger sell even in my videos subconsciously, okay? So in my video, that if I'm going to send out one or post on Facebook, it might say something like, why it doesn't make sense to refi right now, ... Okay, while everyone else is saying refi, now my video is going to talk about here are all the circumstances that it does make sense, right? Like to refi. Now there's going to be many situations where you shouldn't, but people are still going to tell you that you should. Call me. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to give you that's a challenger sale.
Yeah, and you're going to give them the personalized total cost analysis. And by the way, that was brilliant. I'm glad I got this extra minute because it's be different. Don't be noise.
Don't be noise. Don't be noisy, guys. Yep.
Don't be noisy.
Dave,
wait, before you go, send me a TCA that we can put in here so that we're getting a sample. Jeremy, I appreciate you, brother.
Love you, dude.
Love you, dude.
Bye.
Take care, man. Oh, everybody, like this, share this with your mortgage friends. Take care.